In this video, we have several examples of using ChatGPT to organize ourselves, to organize things. Let's see how to transform a text that we have, where it tells us something, into detailed instructions. Or ask it to give us the steps to organize a conference, or create a social media plan, or prepare a work schedule and modify it. Well, let's go first to this text, because we have a text that they have given us with information on how to organize a conference with multiple paragraphs. Planning is not an easy task. We also need to select a venue. We want ChatGPT to transform this into a series of concise instructions. So we can copy and paste this text, which I have already done in ChatGPT. I asked, create a list of instructions from the following text, and I have pasted all this, all the text that I had. And here I have a list. I have already done it so that you don't have to wait, because sometimes it gets a while. Remember that if it stops, you can ask to continue generating. And here we have instructions in order number 1. Define the subject of the Congress, choose the adequate space, determine the date, look for sponsors and commercial exhibitors. Select speakers. Okay, this will help you plan. We could have directly asked it to give us a list of instructions to organize a Congress without having this, and with the information it had, it'll go here to the instructions list and organize a Congress, define the purpose, identify the audience, select the theme to establish a budget. It is quite similar, but notice the differences, because here it has already used its previous knowledge to go further. Planning the logistics, promotion and marketing, description management. It is much more complete than the text that we had given it to organize the instructions, to prepare the program, materials and resources. Look, the instructions will follow you. I can also do the following, the steps we need to follow to manage the social networking plan. And in this case, I have customized it for a type of business, for a dental clinic. But we could have put any business. And here it gives us the instructions. Establish clear objectives. Define specific objectives of your presence in social networks. How to increase the visibility of the clinic. Know the audience. Choose the platforms. Look, everything very organized, step by step. Promote interaction. Use advertising and social networks. Measure and analyze results. Adjust and optimize. We can ask it whatever we want to know, always taking into account that this goes until September of 2021. But if we add an extension to the web called Web ChatGPT, I think it was called, let's see, it was around here. Let's see, Web ChatGPT extension. Notice that there's one for Google Chrome and also for Microsoft Edge. So this is what it does, is this extension that I have here, although it's very small and I can't see it well, but you can see, yes, Web ChatGPT. Well, I have installed it, and it is the one that allows me to, with free ChatGPT, to have web access here. I click on web access, then it searches for me. Sometimes I'm not interested, sometimes I am, and it gives me the references. So continuing with this and with web access disconnected, because now what I want to tell it is, look, I have here some instructions. Well, you can schedule your hourly schedule for an 8-hour workday starting at 8 a.m. in which you need to perform the following tasks, etc. Let's see it with this example. I'll be asking this. Exercise, meet with my boss to plan the annual sales, finish my performance report, manage travel tickets, have lunch with in-motor company clients in a downtown restaurant at 2 p.m. I included this because the first time I did it, it scheduled lunch for 11:30 a.m. Maybe because in some Latin American countries you have lunch around 11:30 or 12, but in Spain, lunch is later. Have a video conference with the international projects team and pick up my kids from school at 5:30. Don't include lunch, just dinner. Okay, so yes, I'm going here, an 8-hour work schedule, which I also have done. Let's go above. And look, I've written this, and it tells me, of course I can help you, and proposes this schedule, which may be better or worse, but it already gives me an idea that I can then move and rearrange. This and that. Well, this timetable allows you to have enough time for all your tasks. It adjusts the times according to each task. Then I also have to send an email to Pedro about a monthly meeting next month to explore joint projects. So I ask it, could you draft this email for me? Also, could you include this task in my schedule? And it tells me, of course, it can. Here I draft the email. Hi Pedro, I hope you're doing well this week. I wanted to reach out to you to discuss the possibility of collaborating on joint projects next month, and so on. I'd like to schedule a meeting, and then it includes the date, time, and duration. And let me know if it works for you and if you have any specific preferences. Thanks for your time. Best regards. And now it puts the task from 5:30 to 6 p.m., which is when I'm picking up the kids. So I tell it, once I pick up my kids, I won't continue working. Reschedule the email to Pedro earlier. between the already scheduled tasks and I need to cancel my lunch with the clients because there's a train strike. Could you reschedule it for tomorrow and tell me how my schedule looks if I still exercise and pick up my kids from school? Understood. And here it reschedules the schedule, inserting it. Lunch with the clients cancelled, okay. Video conference with the team, pick up and manage. Move to the restaurant, meeting with the bosses, the same, okay. Sometimes it hasn't included, for example, the task of the email. Well, I could insist or just insert it myself in the gaps it left me. Oh no, sorry, this is the original. And here it is with the gesture, work on the task, send an email to Pedro, video conference, free time, pick up the kids, okay? So you see how you can use ChatGPT to organize various things. To ask it to take a series of tasks and prioritize them based on what it believes, which may not have anything to do with what I want, but it already gives me a first idea to work with or to have it search for a series of instructions. It's very powerful. Anything that comes to mind is interesting to ask ChatGPT. See if with a few iterations we can get what we want or get some good ideas, and if not, then proceed as we were planning. But it costs very little to try first with ChatGPT or its equivalent to see if what it returns is useful.